mismatch. But look at this.
Yeah, I like that picture.
I do too, you know. I noticed that. That's an accident.
Hello? He's getting ready to get on YouTube right now, so he's not available to talk. Can I help you with something? It depends on what time the call goes to, so you're welcome to call tomorrow. Usually we try not to do anything on Sundays because we go to church and go spend time with his dad, but you can try if you want. If you're a member on our forum, you're welcome to post and ask questions there. He does go on the forum and read every post. Go ahead and sign up with a new username and a different email and see if you can get on that way. I do it for you, but we're on YouTube right now, so I can't. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, you too. Bye-bye.
Even look at the questions.
Mhm.
You say how many is it?
There are 38 so far.
38 questions. Good questions. Good question. You're going to print out the rest?
Yes.
Tell her no more. I mean, unless it's from premium, no
These
more.
are all from premium.
Okay. Alrighty, let me chew this, babe, and then we'll get started, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States of America. No. Pretty darn close to it, though. 8 minutes ago. 8 minutes ago, this. Can you see it?
Okay.
Thank you. Here's here. Finally works. Oops, I moved the camera, but it's, oops. I really messed you up. I'm sorry, Jan. I got rid of your trees or something.
Okay.
Wait, I think I did it. I think I fixed it up. It's good enough. Greetings, family. Welcome to another one of your Frank 26 UB2Bs. It is the 14th of December 2019. In case you needed to know, in 6 more days is my birthday. Oh, milk it, milk it, milk it, milk it. It's good to be with you all. God bless you. I see that you're all encouraging each other to give me thumbs up. I appreciate that. Thank you kindly. That's nice that you all rally around and ask for thumbs up from those that are with us. Got almost 800. We should double that in a little bit. It's really good to be with you all. It's been a long day, but you don't need to know about my day. Before we get started, I want to make sure that we understand this is a speculative investment. We don't offer a date and we don't offer a rate. Today, somebody sent me a link. I even talked to God about it, and I said, I want to go. And God said, don't go. I want to go. God said, don't go. And I went because I wanted to see. It was somebody else, another guru. And the people that were there, it was 33, I think, 33 posts. I went down and I looked, and to see how many people were on it. Look, wow, less than 100 people were there. So I thought, well, maybe it's just a slow day for this guru. But one individual had made a post about Frank 26 at this other guru's site. And they all rallied and they said, Frank's this and Frank's that. Frank always predicts it, always calls it. He's always doing this. And as I was scrolling, I looked at the names of the people that were saying it. And out of 33 postings, I saw 2 individuals. One guy, Mark, well, I better not, but Mark, I saw what you did. You went in there by yourself in a den of wolves that were falsely accusing us. And you stood up for me, for KTFA. Wow. I don't have very many people doing that for me, normally. But I saw all the names of the people that were spewing venom incorrectly. I mean, if I deserve it, you go right ahead and call me whatever you think. But if I don't deserve it, gosh darn, that hurts. I'm only human. If you cut me, I will bleed turpentine, don't you? So I wrote those names down, and I looked at yesterday's UB2B, your chat, and I saw almost every one of those names there. Names that were calling me, and yet here, the same person, the same name, among us. And only Mark stood up for me. Now, why do I bring this up? Because you know what they were saying? Besides lies that I predict this, give it dates, give it rates. They did say one thing that hit me hard. And we are spinning. Are you spinning over there, babe?
It's done.
It looked like it was just spinning a little bit. But the one thing that hit me hard, all these 33 people, well, actually, minus 2 people that were defending me. The thing that hit me hard, now, can I get your attention? Because we're going to have a fun night tonight. We are, I promise you. But first, I want to, what are they saying no about? Do you know?
No, I just removed somebody, so I don't know.
But first, here's what I want to tell you. In front of all of you, in front of God, in front of witnesses, they were right. They were right about some things about me. Almost all of them said, you know, I like what he brings, but and it wasn't so much because I make, you know, goofy faces or I try to be comical or whatever. It was because they were saying a Christian that he claims he is, which I am. I think. I know. But they did say a Christian does not say bad things about another human being because those human beings are creatures of God. They have a point. And I cannot be hypocritical and sit here and tell you that, yeah, I called the Democrats stupid. What's wrong with that? You see, there I go. I'm sorry. I apologize humbly. This is embarrassing. But as much as they're wrong that I give a data and a rate, and that my intel is never right, they are right. They are correct. And what they said about my attitude. But then I got to thinking, God, without any type of justification on my behalf, I did wrong. I talked to you about it. I understand. And I don't know if I'm going to fix it. I am what I am. But I am aware of it and I will do better. I will strive to do better. These are your creatures. These are your children. And I should not say bad things about them. I had one guy text me today. Oh, he was mad. He was mad. Frank, I want you to stop talking bad about the Russians. My mother was a Russian. I didn't think I said anything bad about the Russians. I even complimented them on the caviar and the vodka and I said da, you know, talking to them. It's amazing. People can take anything and turn it into anything. I knew deep in my heart when I was talking about Russia, I wasn't talking about the people, and I assumed that you knew that. I assumed you knew that. You know me by now. What's it been, 12 years? Whew. Y'all gonna need therapy after listening to me for 12 years. So, to my Russian friends and his mother, I despise communism. I despise the Russian authority. I despise their system because they try to shove it down my throat. When I was a kid, I lived in Germany. Was ist los, Vita? Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Ja, jawohl. It was my second language. Trust me. Trust me. I did not make fun of the Russians. I even made it very clear. I'm not making fun of the Iranians. So, if you wish to criticize me, get the whole package and then determine if you want to criticize me or not. And for my Russian friend and his mother, you say that the United States created communism? Because of your military service, sir? I say no comment, and I only say I will strive to be better. But once again, and not, not looking for a way out, God, but did not your son make it his mission to tell those that were doing wrong, in his opinion, that they were vipers, snakes? You get them, Jesus. I think that a man or a woman should raise their voice against injustice. That's what I do here at KTFA. And for those of you, the 33 and all your names, who's hypocritical? And I know it bothers you that I do that too. There's nothing. It doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter what I do, man. So, doesn't matter what I do. You know what I did today? I held my father's hand because he can't wake up. When he was a prisoner of war, they beat him senseless in the back of the head back here. The medulla oblongata, I think, was messed up, and it's caused him these stupors. And I'm sitting there looking at the clock, thinking to myself, I'm running out of time. I got to hurry up. But I don't want to leave my dad like this. Finally, he coughed. And he opened his eyes. And he saw me. As soon as he saw me, he put a smile on his face. I said, Dad. He just looked at me. And I lost him again. His brain has to sleep, usually for 3 days. You imagine? Yeah. And I'd rather be with my dad than be here and have people spit in my face. Those 33, the things that they said about Delta and Walking Stick, oh, that pushed me to the edge. But God told me, you know what, they're right, to a degree. So I apologize, and I'll do better. I'll try to do better. But I'm not going to be hypocritical. I'm not going to be I'm still going to be me. If I think something is stupid, I'm going to call it stupid. And if you disagree with me, so be it. Pompeo, yesterday we read it to you. Walking Stick gave it to us, and I showed it to you. Nobody else had that article, did they? In the picture, when they were sitting, Marty, in the cabinet. Pompeo says, I apologize. Pompeo says, don't touch American forces anywhere, and don't touch Iraq. Don't touch Iraq. Okay, I like that. And I keep talking to you about something small. Iran sent tanks into Iraq, armored vehicles. And you can't help but to wonder to yourself, how is that possible? How is it that the United States of America allowed it? How is it that Iraq allowed it? Well, it's because they have great, great, great dominance over Iraq. And that's the problem. I told you, Iran thinks they own Iraq. And they can come in anytime they want. They got the border secured in that area next to them. So, of course, they brought the tanks over easily. What? We have American troops there? What? We have the statistics, we have the intel to deal with it? No, that's not what we're doing right now. So Iran, takes advantage, and they already have their politicians in Iraq, and now they get their military. And while they were protesting, they killed over 400 Iraqi citizens. Now, we're there, aren't we? Yeah, I call it daddy's there, right? Okay. Now that daddy is there, Pompeo comes out and he says, touch, touch my Americans in Iraq. Touch my allies. Touch the Iraqi citizens. And if you go to post number 64, if you're not a member of my forum, ktfalways.com, you should be. So, Rudandi, whatever the hell his name is, the Iranian guy, he says, I'm going to Japan. I'm going to Japan. What for? Go talk to Japan. The Prime Minister of Iran is going to go to Japan? What for? We're going to talk. About what? About America. America. Why don't you go to America? No. Don't like America's infidels. No. You went to London. Yeah, didn't work. And were you going to Japan? Yeah. You think that Japan is going to talk for you, Iran? You think that this is going to calm down the stupidity of what you are? By the way, Iran leadership, cross every T, dot every I, Frank. Yeah, Iran leadership. Iran is trying its best to get the attention of the United States of America. I told you this. And they've done everything that they can. Pompeo now comes in and he says, Iran, get the hell out of here, out of Iraq now. They don't talk. Iraq and the United States, they rarely talk. So Iran's prime minister is using Japan to try to have Japan talk to the United States to tell the United States, hey, can you just ease off a little bit on Iran? And the United States will tell Japan, up yours. And you tell Iran, up yours. Meanwhile, Pompeo shows up and he says, guys, don't mess around no more. Do you understand this? Okay. And then if you go and look at post number 60, good God, what does it say? The United States of America may lift Iran sanctions. What? No, man, we ain't giving in. For real? We might? Really? But you see, the problem is that yesterday I said to you, I hope you can remember. I said to you, family, whenever I say family, those other people at the other site, I'm not your family. I spit on you. I couldn't believe he said that. I'm not your family. I want nothing to do with your family. Okay. But you know the way you were criticizing me? It's a Christian family that I'm talking about. You go ahead and be yourself, okay? Guess who I'm gonna be? Me. Because I don't give a squat how you judge me. Guess how God's gonna judge me? Maybe, just maybe I said, maybe. Just maybe I said. We might actually see Donald Trump start to work with Iran. Look at your notes. I said this last night. I told you about all these ships, where they're at, the maritime, our ships. And I said, this thing which I call, something small can actually get smaller. Remember I said all that last night? Yeah, okay. Now, with your memory refreshed, Saudi Arabia and, well, actually, Iran is going to Japan, but now Iran is going to Saudi Arabia. That's like the guy that stole my girlfriend comes over and tells me about his romantic night with my ex-girlfriend that he had last night. I don't want to hear it. This is not good. I don't feel comfortable about this. Although I think that in the scheme of it all, when it's all said and done, the things that we don't know about, well, then maybe I'll feel good about it later. Let me try to explain to you what I'm talking about. Iran, it went into Iraq and killed and thought they owned the place until Daddy showed up, and then they all split. Iran went to Saudi Arabia and bombed the crap out of them, and now they've gone back to Saudi Arabia and saying, we want to talk to you. About what? Who's your best friend? The United States. Iran goes to Japan and they say, we want to talk to you. Who's your best ally, Japan? The United States. Listen, Iran, you want to talk? Grow some and just give me a call. You know what? I don't like this. I told you. Well, if Saudi Arabia gives Iran an audience, ding dong. Hello, who's this? This is Iran, Saudi Arabia. Can I come in? Yes, you can come in. Really, Saudi Arabia? Well, we've been buying missiles from America. We've been buying planes. We've been buying tanks. But we don't know what the hell to do with them. We're filthy rich. We're not warriors. It looks good, huh? Look at that Hemi over there. Yeah, well, okay. Anyways, we got a lot of stuff, but Iran has more stuff than we do. Heck, they got nooks, dirty nooks. That's the worst kind, dirty nooks. Just strap some crap on top of it, fire it, and blow it. I don't care. Blow something. What about the radiation collateral damage? Oh, we don't care. So Saudi Arabia, why would you talk to Iran? And Saudi Arabia would say, because we don't want no more trouble with them. But your allied is the United States of America. But the United States of America is not going to help us with Iran. Who says? We just get that feeling. Hmm. I'm disturbed about the fact that Iran is reaching out to countries in the Middle East and around the world, and they are paying attention to them. And that's why yesterday I said, in my opinion, it is possible because of this. I just gave you 3 countries. How dare you talk to Iran? And there's more. But because of this, I said yesterday, in my opinion, I wouldn't be surprised, don't be surprised if maybe Donald Trump reaches out to Iran. Now, and something small would become so much smaller. Do you remember all those words yesterday? Mm-hmm. Does it make any sense what I've just told you? Iran attacked Saudi Arabia. Now they're going to Saudi Arabia to talk to them about using the United States to ease up the sanctions. But in reality, I'm afraid they are going to develop a bigger relationship than we should allow. I told you about 5 communist countries: Vietnam, Laos, Cuba, China, and I forgot the other one, but it's North Korea. These 5 communist countries, 2 of them are basically imploded. Vietnam is actually as capitalist as you can get. Oh man, they don't even need any license, any vendor's license, any permits, any inspectors. No, they just set up their little business and they make money. Dang, that's better than what we got. That sounds like a garage sale. The theme is moving away from communism. And we really cannot afford for Iran, which is basically communistic, to have any kind of influence in the Middle East. And we don't want to go to war. Why do I keep saying that? Because these would be 2 countries. These are 2 countries with nuclear proliferation. These are 2 countries that can not only hurt each other but hurt the rest of the world, all because of their stubbornness. So let us pray. Let us pray that things can work themselves out between Iran and the United States, because Iran is reaching out to places that they should not. And these other places are sort of kind of almost paying attention. And the biggest one, Saudi Arabia. And you can't blame Saudi Arabia to a degree, because the United States is not going to go there and save your ass, Saudi Arabia. Did we do anything when they sent that firecracker drone? No. You have to be careful when you throw down the gauntlet. You better be able to pick it up and use it. The United States can deal with anyone at any time. And I don't think they want to. Because if they did, if they dealt with Iran, it would be very quick. It would be lasered. It would be very, very fast, very, very quick. You know what, Tink? I think I left notes somewhere. Oh, they're over here, sweetheart. Saudi Arabia is afraid to be attacked. Again. Because if they were attacked any deeper than what they were, their oil refineries a little more, it would destroy the Saudi Arabian economy. It would destroy the Saudi Arabian economy. And there's no doubt Iran's military is better than Saudi Arabia's military. Like I said, I don't think that the United States wants anything to do with any kind of war in the Middle East, and we don't want to stand up and protect Saudi Arabia and fight with them against Iran. But because of the tactics that Iran is doing right now, this is pushing. This is the formation of a relationship that between Saudi Arabia and Iran. No, that cannot be. And that's pushing. That relationship is pushing, and it may force Donald Trump to give in to Iran and remove maybe, to a degree. Hey, what you want? Let's talk. Because we will not talk to you right now at all. We may not get involved to protect Saudi Arabia. And that's not necessarily a good idea, but it is the smarter one, I think. It's not a good idea because the relationship with Iran and Saudi Arabia could undermine the United States, could undermine the goals of Donald Trump with Iran to remove them from Iraq. Yeah, the pressure is on. There's no doubt. The pressure is on. And Iran needs to be stopped in what they're doing. And Saudi Arabia, you better be careful. You better be careful. You know it's a viper. You know you're picking up a viper. I don't care if the car ran over it. Let it die. Leave it alone with the sanctions. Leave the viper alone. If you pick up that viper and you bring it into your home, and what the hell you think it's going to do? Serenade you every night? Eventually the viper will bite you and kill you. It's a freaking snake. Be careful, Saudi Arabia. Let me tell you something, Saudi Arabia. Here, write this down. Lebanon, Iraq, Iran. All three of those countries, you know what their citizens are doing against the jerks that run their country? They're protesting against them. And they're burning their freaking buildings down. And it doesn't matter how many die, they are challenging the authorities of these wicked places. You want to be like that, Saudi Arabia? Iraq, Iran, Lebanon, all those citizens are protesting against their countries, against their leadership. Their people are uprising. Saudi, you want to be on that list? Don't you dare try to help them. Sanction the crap out of them is what you need to do. Because if this is forced, if you force this, Saudi, if you force this relationship with Iran, if you allow it, the United States will disintegrate Iran's leadership with pinpoint laser accuracy, in my opinion. Sorry about that. Did I get on one of my rants? I'm sorry. Okay. This is Saturday, and what we do is our Q&A. We take it from our premium and we answer your questions. But before I do that, post number 111. Post number 111. Boy, oh boy, you should really look at that. And then post number 95 in relationship to that one. Because 95 says, well, within 72 hours. Okay. And 111 tells you that Mohammed Shah al-Sudan from the Daw Party is being suggested to be the prime minister. What I tell you yesterday, this coming Monday, more than likely, oh, sure, I'm going to give you that translation with Delta, but we're going to talk about the new prime minister. They said within 72 hours. Let me see, that would be Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Okay, we'll talk about it Monday. And they just told you who it is? Interesting. Yeah. I thought you guys had to vote on him. But anyways, the negative thing about this guy, Al Sudan, is that he's from the Daw Party, and that's not what Daddy wants. That's not what the citizens want. They want an independent person, an independent candidate. So I'm really curious to see where this is going to lead, because I know who's suggesting this person. We didn't. So let's see what happens between now and Monday to see if whether or not I'm sorry, whether or not that happens. China. How you doing, China? By the way, if you notice, I'm covering a lot of subjects so that when we get to the questions, if the question is, if I've already answered it, I'll tell you, rewind to the beginning, okay? Okay. China, how you doing? Doing good. I like how you've come back to the table. Okay. You had to, didn't you? No, we didn't. Yeah, you did. China, anyone can make a Chinese checker set. Anyone can make crayons without toxic poisons in it. You're nothing special. I can show you all of South America, European countries. They'll make things very cheap. Vietnam is embarrassing you. So China, thanks for getting on board. And you, I guess Democrats, yeah, because that's all I saw, that yesterday and today are just vomiting all over this China deal. Jealous, that's all. You're saying that China is never, ever, 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 ever going to buy our pork? Man, our farmers are going to love. You know how long it's been? Decades that pork has not made any money for any farmer. Hogs. Decades. The farmers are going to love Trump. And you Democrats, right away, instead of saying, "Oh, bravo, okay, well, that's very good, jolly good, okay," you bitch about it. And what do you say? China's never going to buy our pork. Never, 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 never. China can't afford it. China can't even buy anything. No, China will never buy. Really? And that's what pisses me off because why would you? I dislike stupidity. Do you know that China, their hogs, they have something called the swine flu? The swine flu. Hey, Democrats, I'm talking to you. Did you know that they have the swine flu? Would you eat that pork, that bacon? Would you eat those ham hocks, those chitlins? Would you eat that? Well, they're not eating it. They're not stupid. That's their number one meat source. Their religion doesn't allow them to eat other things as well, too. But do you understand, Democrats? When you say something, you don't even think about it. It's only a reflexive action to try to destroy the goodness that this man is doing. I think Donald Trump is goofy too, strange. But I'm extremely excited about what he's doing. It's like all those other people that go to the other guru sites, those 33 names that I have written down. They complain about me, but yet they love everything we give to them. So China, you're doing good. And Democrats, don't try to pretend that it's not good. Thank you. Our soybeans. Oh, they need that. Our belt, our Midwestern belt, farmers are going to be so happy. And the Chinese tariffs that they put on us, it did not touch the American consumers, and we already talked about it. Remember when I talked about Black Friday? Nobody, China what? Oh, tariffs. I'm sorry. Impeach who? Oh, Trump. Oh, I'm sorry. None of that is important to the American citizens. You've seen the numbers, right? How many people want to impeach? How many people, what is the percentage of those that want to impeach Donald Trump? I thought I had it written down here. Oh, here it is. 43% say, yeah, let us impeach him. And almost 54% are saying, no, that's effed up, man. No, that's a bunch of garbage. I got other important things to do. No. Let this be the last topic, and then I'll go ahead and answer your questions. And I'm not going to try to be political. I hope I don't come across that way. And I hope I can talk to the Democrats in a constructive way. Democrats, you're losing your seats. I told you that this was going to backfire. This would implode on you. And you'll change your structure of who you and what you are. You're losing your seats. Today, Dan Drew, he jumped ship. Yeah, he jumped ships from your Democratic ideas of impeachment over to the Republicans. No. And there's more coming tomorrow. They're going to announce it. I'm a Democrat, but I don't know. I don't understand. I'm confused. I know. Your party has made things a little bit. Actually, tomorrow, I think it'll be a total of 3 Democrats that are going to jump ship. I told you this was going to happen to you. And the voters it's not only just one American news station, Owen, that is telling the truth, but now Fox. That's amazing. They had a Democrat lady on there today on Fox, and the what do you call it? The The news person was asking questions, and the news person got frustrated. No, 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 no. I don't want no story about our government. I'm asking you, show me what he did wrong, and she would come back with another story of moral principles and how we have to get rid of this man that abused the Constitution. Okay, 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 okay. Now, how did he abuse the Constitution? Obstruction of justice. How? Because he did not allow the funds to go to the Ukraine people. He used it to to twist their arm in back of them. But they got the money. Oh yeah, they got the money. Well then, because we just don't like him. Well then, tell the truth. It was interesting to watch it because the announcer actually, you can see it in his face one time, two times. He shook his head. He's like, wait, wait, no, what the hell answer did you just give me? And that's what's going on with the Democrats. They're in a state of delusion and confusion, and now political careers. Bye bye. Bye bye. I told you, Democrats, you are committing suicide, political suicide. Your careers are over. DOA, huh? I am, what was it, DOA? No, DOJ, DOJ. What's the DOA? Oh, the Democrats of America. Shoot, that's Democrats up, obtuse accusations is what that is. Oh boy, oh boy. Are we done? Yeah, we're done. You guys want to have fun with something? Okay, so that was the matrix, the foundation for today's questions Q and A's. But before we get to the Q and A's, let's have fun with something, okay? Because this was depressing. Let's have fun with something. Oh, let me say hi to everybody, or just a few people. E. Grant, Trump will have a landslide. I know. Ooh. Historical. Brad Carter. Why are the Democrats purposely destroying themselves, Uncle Frank? It makes no sense. Envy, envy, and the biggest form of envy that I can think of is a love-hate relationship. You know, when you love someone and then you divorce or you break up with them, it's really hard to accept the fact that you're not number one with them anymore. So they find it hard to believe that the no you know people are not going to vote for them this time around. And you do things to the point where you're almost intoxicated. I called it the impeachment. I called it democratic pornography. They can't let go of it. You just can't look. You look so forward to going back to it again. White Stone. Are they desperate? Beyond desperate. Beyond desperate, because there is no hope for what they're trying to do. And the only thing left that they have is just to declare that they've embarrassed the president, which, no, that it was the reciprocal. They aimed a laser beam at a mirror without realizing that that mirror reflected that laser beam back and destroyed them. Laura Miller, hey, how you doing? No intent. Some moderate Democrats are leaving to become Republicans. Who is that? Chappie. I know Chappie. That's what I was just saying. Tomorrow there'll be three that will announce it, in my opinion. Hello, Sissy the Clown. Hello, White Stone. Max, Wolfclaw, T something tiny or something. Rami, how you doing, buddy? Look at all these beautiful people. Holy golly, you guys post so fast and so quick. Alrighty, let's have fun. Watch this. First, I gotta find it. Oh, here it is. I had people send me this. And then I had a lady call me and tell me about it. And I said, come on, man. You witnessed it? Yeah, I saw it. Oh, hold on a second. I got to make a recording of this. We got to play this. Do you mind if I play this? And she says, no, I don't mind. I said, thank you. It's only 12 minutes long. Kick back, relax. And as we're talking about it, I'll hold this up so you can see it, okay? Here it goes.
Hello.
Hi, Peggy. Hold on a second. I want to hook you up
Okay.
with some speakers here because I don't want to miss a single word you're going to tell me here. Peggy, I get hundreds of calls. I don't know, I might be up to like 50, 60 right now. And this one takes the cake. Hold on, I'm going to connect you to speaker. And Peggy, talk.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm
Good,
here.
good. I got you. Oh my goodness, Peggy. Now, before you say anything, ladies and gentlemen, this is a sister of ours on our forum at KTFalways.com, and she's calling me to tell me a little story. You know, just a little something, something, a little small story, nothing important. Except that it was broadcasted on national television yesterday. And my friend, your friend Peggy, she's telling me about this. And as she's telling me about this, my eyes are getting bigger and bigger. My sinus is clearing up. And I said, wait a minute, hold the phone. No way, yes way. No way, yes way. Okay. Then we're going to make a recording of this and play it on our call tonight because this is amazing. Now, Peggy, I don't give bank stories. You know me, right? How many times do you hear me tell somebody today a bank story? Very rarely. But this is a bank story that is from Jiminy Crickets from the authorities. And then I don't talk about this bank stories because what you're about to tell me, Peggy, we heard something similar. I just trashed it. I didn't even make a file of it, and we left it alone. But now you're calling me and you're telling me you heard. Okay, time to shut up, Frank. Peggy, the floor is yours. You were watching television last night or yesterday? Go ahead.
Yes, I was watching our news and weather from our local channel here, but it was ABC.
What state do you live in?
I'm sorry?
What state do you live in?
Tennessee.
May I ask what city?
Actually, it's about 45 minutes from Chattanooga.
Chattanooga, Tennessee. Good place.
Right.
Okay, so you just mind your own business. You're sitting there eating cookies, and all of a sudden the 6:30.
Actually, I was baking cookies.
Oh, hello. You see, I can still smell them. Oh yeah, I got a cookie nose.
And
you mind your own business, and you got the evening news on. You know, the 6:30 news, and what happened?
Well, there was a lady that they were talking to, and she was in Texas and worked for what looked like a boot company, and she was working and decided to stop and check her bank account, just normally day occurrence, and when she did, her eyes got big as cookies, because in her account there was $37 million more than what she was supposed to have in her account.
Well, obviously it's a glitch. It's a mistake. Right?
Yes. So the kind lady talked to her spouse, and they proceeded to call their bank, which I believe, because they showed the bank, and if I remember correctly, it was called Legacy Texas Bank. And it took a day and a half to correct the situation, and they thanked them for being so kind to be honest. And the lady thought there might be a little bit of finder's fee that she could also get for being so honest.
Yeah.
But anyway, they said that the error was due to foreign currency.
Foreign currency? No,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Foreign currency, like what? Mexican pesos? Did they say what the foreign currency was? Let me read that.
No, they just said that the $37 million that was in her account was due to an error of foreign currency.
Okay. And did she by any chance say how much foreign currency she had in her account that they accidentally converted into American dollars?
No, just that, because they had kind of blurred out her correct amount that was in her account.
There, that's it. That's what I need. Did they say the correct amount?
They blurred that out, but they
they blurred it out.
They blurred it out. It looked like it might have been like a couple of $100 and some odd cents. Just, if I could have blurry vision.
Yeah, blurry vision. That's a good one.
But they showed the 37 million plain as day.
Well, looky here. It doesn't take long for my teams. My wife gets a hold of them, and I'd like to read you something. You want to hear it?
Sure.
Friday, 3:22 a.m., December the 13th, 2019. Update coming from Dallas, KTVT/CNN. A Texas woman got quite the surprise when she discovered $37 million in her bank account. Ruth Balloon. That's her name? Ruth Balloon? Talk about a balloon payment. Holy cow. Ruth Balloon. Nah, this is a joke. Okay. I'm going to go with it. Ruth, no, Balloon. Okay. Let me try to be serious. Okay. Ruth Zeppelin Balloon. That's her middle name. Okay. Ruth Balloon was finishing up her shift at work when she decided to take a look at her boring bank account. Oh, wait a minute. I better not pull a Schiffler here. When she decided to look at her bank account. Quote, I was like, wow, dude. Wow. We have, no, she didn't say dude here. Okay. Quote, I was like, wow. We have a lot of money, unquote, she said. She discovered her account. She what?
We have a lot of cookies.
A lot of cookies, man. Can you imagine how many you can buy? Ooh. Anyway, she discovered. Oh, I got dizzy just thinking about that. Okay, she discovered her account had an extra $37 million in it. Miss Balloon hoped. Come on, man. Okay, Miss B. Miss B hoped it was a gift. I said, really? Well, you know that's real. They're going to send you $37 million. She was hoping it was a gift, but she called her husband to let him know about the money. He called the bank to ask about the deposit. Legacy Bank explained the error. We're sorry. What are you, Forex? What are you, counter sites? You forgot to move the zero? You're not supposed to release this yet, stupid. Okay, Legacy Bank explained the error happened during a manual input. I know, we saw the CBI website go down for 7 hours. During a manual input of foreign currency and the exchange rate, in the what? In the exchange rate, say it one more time. In the exchange, it must have been a new exchange rate, right? We don't know. The exchange, and the exchange rate caused the mix-up. I know, it caused the mix-up everywhere else. Okay, quote, Miss Balloon. I thought I was a millionaire. I have a screenshot of it, so I can say that now. Poor lady. Anyways, while she says that there was no way she was going to keep the money, knowing it was not hers, she's hoping maybe the bank will gift her some kind of a finder's fee. So they gave her a George Foreman grill, electric grill. No, they didn't.
I was going, really?
George Foreman grill set. Here you go, lady. Shut up. And here's some S&H and top value stamps too. They're no good anymore, but here you can take. You just take them. Okay. Quote. And then the bank says, quote, a thank you reward would be a little good, you know. I was just hoping. I was just for being a good customer and notifying them as soon as possible, Miss Balloon said. Shoot, Miss Balloon, if it was Wells Fargo, they would have taken your first child by now, probably, for finder's fee. While the millions may have only been around for a day, it was enough time for her to think about what she could have done with it. You know, and then here's a picture. They're showing her phone. She took a picture of it. Holy cow!
Yes.
Look at that. 37,203,337.66 cents. That's amazing. And I mean, I couldn't even begin to tell you why it happened. We would like to know what the currency was. That would tell us a lot. But it's just a good example that there's glitches, and it says it happened during a downtime when we were doing things, you know. Well, yeah, and that's the same thing the CBI is doing. I have no idea if this is related to the dinar, but the humor behind it is very strongly related to what we're doing. I want to thank you, Peggy. This is fun.
It was fun. I was a little skeptical to call at first because I was thinking, oh, you'll probably think I'm full of cookies.
It must have shocked you. It must have shocked you. Hold on a second here.
But I'm glad I did.
Hold on. Oh, my recording just turned off, but that's okay because, yeah, I am very, very grateful. In fact, my wife just showed me two emails here. Some other people caught this, and they've also sent it to me. You're the third person then that sent it to me. We'll just look at this with jocularity, with humor, a grain of salt, and dream about the idea that, well, maybe, just maybe, it would be fun to think for one moment that it has something to do with our study.
Well, I hope that I made you smile today.
Smile? Shoot, I cracked up. I couldn't believe this because it's too coincidental. And
it is, isn't it? And I'm so glad that I got to talk to you.
Oh, aren't you sweet? And this happened a Saturday into a Sunday, which is perfect for me. Now I'm curious to see what's going to happen, Sunday into Monday. So God bless you, Peggy. You call me anytime, you hear?
Thank you, and God bless you and the KTFA family.
Thank you. If you need any help making those cookies, you can call me.
Okay, I will, Frank. Say hi to King.
I will. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
That was just, a little moment of humor. Sure, it was a mistake. There's no way that that can be related to anything. But it was entertaining, and I got a big kick out of it, and I just wanted to share it with all of you. Let's pray that maybe one day we can have a bank account that looks just like that, huh? But before we walk away from this, may I say the following? Recalculate. 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 They sure did. Well, now, let's look at the questions and answers for today, or the questions, I should say. As God is my witness, I'm about to look at your questions. I don't know too much about them. So let's have fun. How many do we have, Tink?
How many questions?
39, almost 40 questions. Here we go. Let's see what we can do. Question from Big D1. Frank, why are the Iranian tanks being allowed to enter Iraq? I am sure our military is aware of this. If you cannot answer the question, I completely understand why. Well, I did in the first, hour of our show. I went into details. In fact, I specifically said why. I hope you enjoyed the answer. Question number 2, also from Big D1. Frank, last night you mentioned 5 countries may be involved with the short in Iraq. No, I mentioned 5 communist countries. Frank, last night you mentioned 5 countries may be involved with the short in Iraq. Without me naming the countries because of military strategics, excluding the United States, are the other 4 countries in the Middle East? Thank you to you. Okay, well, first of all, the 5 that you're talking about were the 5 communist countries. But I did also talk about the fact that there are countries that are doing things with Iran that I don't like, and funny enough, I talked about them in the first hour. Good question. I hope my answer will suffice for you. Both of these questions are good, and both of my answers were they were long. I hope I was able to help you understand. Question number 3 from Mark. Frank, do you think that we will see another visit from Daddy's family? Yes. Yes. Good question. Question number 4 from Wasabi. Frank, thank you, sir. In your opinion, put yourself in Firefly's shoes and ask Frank a question. What would Firefly ask Frank? Why aren't things moving faster? Why aren't things moving faster? Why don't we have our parliament yet? Our new government? Why can't we vote? Why did they cancel the election law? Where's the budget? Okay, at the beginning of the year, fine. It better be. Where's all the things that we were supposed to get? Why is the United States in here and we're still dying? So it's all a process. And there's less and less people dying to the point where there's no protesting anymore. It's a process. It's not like you can snap your fingers and tell the Aladdin genie out of the bottle to quickly, instantly, right now, give me what I demand. It's a process. But it's a process that leads in the right direction versus a process that leads to death for the Iraqi citizens. Question number 5 from Sani Bellon. Sani Bellon. Must be from Italy or something. Sani Bellon. Question for Frank. Can you tell us which other currencies might be readying to revalue, in my opinion? No, I can't. Because I don't know of any. Yeah, there's currencies that have little fluctuations, little jumps, And okay, you see, I never really talked to you about the boulevard. Where's the boulevard, Tink? See if you can get it for me, honey. Thank you. Why are we selling the boulevard? Because they were about as close to communism as you could get. And then the next thing you know, Trump gets involved with them and tells them you got to play fair. And they made a move on their currency, and first they made a move in their government structure. You saw it on the news. You saw the protesting. You saw the riots. It's amazing. Must be an in thing. You want to change your government? Protest. So when Venezuela did what they did, almost kind of like I don't want to talk about another currency. We took notice. And then, in my opinion, this whole call is my opinion, there was a little increase to the boulevard, and we'd like, obeying, are you? Change the government, are you? More democratic, are you? Lifted 3 zeros, did you? Printed new currency. Which ones? The 50, the 20, the 10. Fascinating. All right. Let's go ahead and sell it. Why not? Sure. Okay. And we do. Now, you have to study and you have to make the decision if the boulevard's for you. If it's not, it's not. And by the way, for those of you that are calling me, look, this is what's going on. These are 21 notes. 21. 13 of these, I don't know, something like that many. 13 of these were printed from 2013 to 2017. And then the rest of them were printed in 2018. So that would be 13 and 8 of them. Let me have the prices, John. 13 and 8 of them, that would be what? 21 notes. Now, what my broker is doing is he's selling these 21 notes in what he's calling sets. And the sets are 10 sets, 25 sets, 50 sets, 100 sets. What you do is you take like 10 times 21, 25 times 21, and you know how many you're getting. And that's what he's selling right now. He also has bundles. He has bundles of the 10,000, 20,000, 5,000, 2,000, 1,000. Okay, they're bundles of hundreds in each bundle. Okay, so that's how he's selling them. And there is a $7.50 shipping charge. Now, this set though is from 2013 to 2018 or 17, and then then that's 13 of them, and then the other 8 is from 2018. Many of you are calling and saying, "Well, Frank, what about the 3 that came out in 2019? You mean the 50K, the 20K, and the 10K?" Yes. We're only offering the 50K right now that was printed in 2019. When will we be able to get you the rest of the Boulevard, the 20 and the 10 that was printed in 2019? Probably starting in January, in about 2-3 more weeks. So, yeah, I just wanted to take the time, thank you kindly for being patient, to read that to you, because you're calling, you're asking, and be careful because you can't ask me about the Boulevard. Those of you that are asking, I'm telling you very politely, you can't do that. I cannot answer those questions. You're calling me to order this. I cannot help you, discourage you, encourage you, anything at all. Okay? Okay. So I hope I answered that question number 5. Frank, can you tell us which other currencies might be ready to revalue? I only study the Iraqi dinar, and the reason why is because it is only the Central Bank of Iraq, only the CBI. It is the only central bank that I know of that has put out the information through the IMF that they're about ready to reinstate their currency by removing zeros from their currency to add value to it and introduce a new category note to match that rate. I don't know of any other central bank that's saying that to me. if they were, shoot, I'd be all over it. Question number 6. Oh, look at Jan. Something flame.
By the flame.
Live by the flame. Oh, that's the person that I talked to recently. I ordered with Frank twice this week on the circulated IQDs. He's very polite and informative about my investment. Well worth the peace of mind. You're very kind. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Gosh, I wish I had the time to read all of you. That's interesting. Hey, Democrats and Iran, you're playing a 3-dimensional chess with the man who wrote The Art of the Deal. Trump is always 3 steps ahead of everyone. You go boots forward. Boots forward. No, that's got him. Thanks for your service. Question number 6 from Joe Brown. Can they do the HCL with a program rate? No, no, absolutely not. No, no. In case you didn't get that, no. And that's what's held it up all this time. You don't have any rate that comes out. The budgets usually don't even come out. And they never expose any rate because it's always at a program rate. And the bloody thing about it is that these budgets recently, in the last 3 years, they've come out humongous, gigantic, I think, under the impression that they're about to raise them for the value. Yeah. And then they didn't. And guess what? Shoot, most of the budget was trashed. Shoot, all of it, because they stole the money in the first place anyways. But most of the budgets that they've come up with, super budgets, no. If they had fulfilled those budgets, that Iraq would be like Dubai by now. Question number 7. In your opinion, if the CBI does not reinstate by 12/21, where'd you get that date? In your opinion, and this is Judy, in your opinion, if the CBI does not reinstate by 12/21 of this year, will the reinstatement be delayed until the first week of January 2020 due to the fact that bankers in Europe typically go on vacation the last 2 weeks of December? They can go on vacation. It don't make no never mind. Everything for the reinstatement of the Iraqi dinar is signed, sealed, delivered, and sitting in a little box waiting to be opened and released to the world. Question number 8 from Fun Run. Hey guys, are we having fun, by the way? I hope so. Let's Tink. C.S. Esmond's got a question. It's from Premium even. And it's from Glenn. Please ask Frank.
That's not C.S. Esmond, that's Carla.
Who is it?
Carla.
It's got a little screwdriver wrench.
That's what hers is.
That's George?
Carla.
Carla? Okay, Claire. So Claire says, here's another one. Please ask Frank, what is POTUS? You know what POTUS stands for? President of the United States of the America. Ask Frank, what is POTUS' daughter Ivanka and Secretary of Finance Stephen Mnuchin doing in Baghdad? Mnuchin doing in Baghdad today? She's doing a lot of humanitarian work. She's also shopping for something. Good for her, by the way. Question number 8. Do you from Fun Run? Do you think they picked the prime minister from Kurdistan? Do you think they picked a prime minister from Kurdistan? No, they tried to pick a Sunni, whether he was from Kurdistan or not. We're gonna learn a lot about that prime minister by Monday, and it'll be fun to talk about him then. In your opinion, wow, turn that heat up, baby. In your opinion, will the leader of Iran's Republic Guard be neutralized so he is no longer a threat in Iraq? One of the things about military warfare is that you target the leaders. Because if you can cut the head off of a viper or off of a snake, usually the rest of the body just slithers and withers away without any potential to hurt anybody. But the problem is that military leaders, like generals, they don't go to the front lines. They stay in the back. And it's hard to target them. So you have to develop a specific way to infiltrate and to attack. And that's when you flank on both sides, which causes them to look to the right, to the left, which splits the middle, and you go directly to the head of the viper. So do I think that the Iranian Republican Guard will they be neutralized so that he is no longer a threat in Iraq? Yeah. Why mess around with all the soldiers? Get the leader of the soldiers as fast as possible. Question number 10 from Judy. In your opinion, will Mohammed Saeed al-Sudani be considered as the person to replace the former prime minister? Well, that's who they suggested. But the question is, who suggested it? Mahdi. Mahdi, who the hell asked you? Next question. Also from D1. You only allowed 48 questions a night. There are some other countries in the Middle East who have had chances in their government leadership. Are these chances related to President Trump's plan for the Middle East towards peace and unity for the region? Reconciliation is a goal. Reconciliation is so important that that maybe that's why Trump is going to maybe talk to Iran. Oh, we just froze. Oh, we freeze for little moments, just a little bit at a time. But did you catch that answer? Did you hear? What was that question? There are some of the countries in the Middle East who have had chances in their changes. I'm sorry, in their government leadership. Are these changes related to the President Trump plan to the Middle East towards peace and unity for the region? Yeah, that's his plan. I mean, we want harmony. We want reconciliation for everyone to be willing to work together and produce together, profit together, prosper together. Not freaking kill each other and abuse each other and rape each other and murder each other. Oh, what a world that would be, huh? If we could improve it to that type of kumbaya, that type of reconciliation where everyone is willing to work with their neighbor, even though they hate the living daylights out of them, but you're willing to work and not make war. Question number 12 from TSM. According to Google's according to Google's Iraqi's 2019 budget, it was set at 133 trillion IQDs at a program rate. Why can't the 2020 budget, which is said to be about 155 to 160 trillion, which is 20% more than 2019, why can't it operate at a program rate as well? I didn't say it couldn't. I just pray it doesn't come out that way. But what did I also say just a few minutes ago? You think you're going to get 160 trillion out of that budget? Hell no. Last year's budget was 20% less than that. Did they get the whole budget? No. And that's why Iraq has slums and streets that are still filled with, torn down buildings, and the place needs to be fixed up. And if they had changed the rate, golly, man, this whole Iraq would be, like I said, like United Arab Emirates, like Dubai, like the next best thing to French toast, or what is it, cheesecake or something? I don't know. Question, huh?
Not to bread.
Now, if they come, like we said yesterday, if they come out with a 220 at a program rate of 1190, is that the end of the world? Of course not. Of course not. Well, why didn't they open the budget with the new rate then, Frank? Hell if I know. It's their business. It's their prerogative. Their sovereign country. But Daddy ain't going to allow that much longer, I bet you. You watch. I'm leaning towards the fact that the budget will open with the new rate. I'm leaning towards the fact that we'll see the rate before the budget is opened up. But if I have to lean in the direction that, hey, here's the budget with the program rate, and we're still working on some things here, and we're going to get you this here new rate pretty soon, that's fine with me because I know it's damn well coming. I know it's coming deep in my heart. Yes, it's my opinion to you. But based on my opinion, hell, I ain't got nothing to worry about. Question number 13. Frank, can you please tell us how you, Tink, and your dad, Delta, and Walking Stick are doing and keeping you on my prayers? My wife is sick. She got sicky. I kissed her too much.
That's okay.
Oh, you're sweet. Pray for my wife. Thank you. She prays for you. I pray for you. Delta has a chronic infection, I think. He's going to have to get treatments when he can afford it. Walking stick, the treatment, he only was able to fulfill 50% of the blood transfusion. Something. The blood pressure spiked and they decided to stop it right away. As soon as they stopped it, the blood pressure came down. He says that because of this transfusion, he's actually being able to read better now. He can see a little better now. My father has good days and bad days. Whenever someone says to me, they ask me, how's your dad doing? I answer it with the same answer. My father has good days and bad days. Today was a bad day, and I sat there holding his hands as the tears just poured out of my eyes. If I could just be 1% of what my father has been in his lifetime, what a good man I would be compared to what I am now. Question number 14. Since the U.S. is helping facilitate peace in the Middle East, why is Russia and China not helping, since they will both benefit from what the USA is doing? Oh, wait a minute. There's your answer. I was about to answer it. Or are they helping and we are not being made aware of it? Who is that? Big D1. I'm going to start charging you for your questions, man. Oh. I'm sorry. I just, your mind is, I'm reading and I know, but, you think about certain things. BBC, thank you. Iraq protests, the women rising up on Baghdad's walls. That'd be good. I want that file. I'll do this one. Oh, dear God. Question number 15 from Kid. In your opinion, a program rate will not support the 2020 budget? No. I don't even think a one-to-one will do it. In fact, I'm more than convinced it can't. In your opinion, the program rate will not support 2020 budget. Where will the CPI select a rate? $3 to $4 or $4 to $5 range to support the budget? Kid, I don't give you dates and I don't give you rates. What I give you is the facts as we know them, and then interpret them with our opinion and allow you to make decisions on something like this. You got to know when to hold them and when to fold them, right? You know what I mean? If it comes out at $1, how much are you going to exchange? If it comes out at $5, how much are you going to exchange? You make these decisions. All I do is teach you how to think. Question number 16 from Cash Mover. I like that name. Cash Mover is asking the question. I live in Florida, and there is almost zero chance of a white Christmas. What should I be dreaming about this Christmas? Maybe greens? Lots of greens in my bank account? Cash, somebody posted on our UBTubi that money is evil. And that kind of told me about their knowledge. They were lacking a lot. The Bible doesn't say money is evil. He said, the Bible says that money is the root to all evil. Oh. And if you're going to quote the Bible, oh boy, woe unto you, you better make sure you quote it exactly right. Because what you say is what you are teaching someone else. And if it's wrong, you're going to be, you got to take responsibility for that. The good book says that the love of money, is the root to all evil. Makes sense, doesn't it? How can you love money more than you love a human being? How's that even possible? So, when you say to me, maybe I'm going to have greens and lots of greens in my bank account, that doesn't impress me because I don't care about it. I used to love money. I used to need money, I thought. I used to, flash money. Fancy this, fancy that. I would steal the money from my family's restaurant. At the end of the day of the tally, stick a few extra bucks in my pocket. I had no idea what I was doing. Most of the time, I still don't. But I found great joy in stealing it because the things that I bought with it brought me great joy. But now, as I make it, oh my God, the joy to give it to someone is so good. It's a dream. It's become a compulsion. My grandfather. My grandfather was with Missouri Pacific Railroad for 30 years. They gave him a silver watch. And then when he retired, they went off with the 12 kids in the family, and they became migrant pickers going from north to south. And it was at that time that my grandfather was introduced to the Masonic Auditorium down in Texas. And he became a Mason. And he became more involved in it, in helping the burned children, because that's what Masons do. The Shriners. Very few people even know about that. As soon as you say Mason, like, it's a cult. You have no freaking idea what you're talking about. Stupid. And one of the things that the Masons do is that they go and they help as many poor families as possible in a quiet manner without advertising it. They pay all the bills for burned people, especially children. My grandfather used to give away a good portion of their money every week to help the neighbors, the poor people. Yeah, whatever. And it caused my mother, or it caused my grandmother sometimes to get mad. Gotta take care of our family. But my grandfather, without him knowing it, he was fulfilling the principles of what Jesus taught us. It's not the love of money; it's the love of each other. I pray that you all help as many as you can when you're blessed with this money. Whenever that happens. It is not that we have a love for money. It is that we have a need for money in order to teach about the love of God. Because that's the plan of Jesus Christ. Question number 17 from T. Casper. From our studies, we know that the budget is huge and cannot be suppressed by a program rate. We also know that the budget is in process to be opened and put in effect on January the 1st or 2nd, 2020. We also, you don't have to tell me my notes, you guys. We also have learned that there is a writer in the budget, so a program rate may be listed, but expected to change. If there is there any way that the budget would not be opened, put into effect? No, I think the budget is coming no matter what. It's the rate that I'm concerned about. Forgive me. Let me blow my nose. Hold on. Yeah, I think that's more it. I think the budget is coming for sure, for sure, for sure. Question number 18 from G Black. Frank, in your opinion, what do you really think is the holdup of the monetary reform? I don't think there's a holdup, G Black. I think there's a progress. I think it's a lava flow, and I think it's going on very smoothly ever since we got rid of Obama. Question, oh, by the way, you have more on here from G Black. Was it just easier for the government of Iraq officials, Iranians, to steal the currency auctions for themselves than share the wealth with the Iraqi people? G Black, that yeah, you made that kind of simple. Yeah, yeah. It's always easier to be lazy. Question number 19 from Casey. What color will your final suit be? White. All white. All white. There's a movie called The Book of Eli. You'll see the Book of Eli, this man, dark complected, is camouflaged around 3, 4 o'clock in the morning when you're asleep, hunting for nutrients, substance to bring forth and survive on, to feed others. While he listens to his Motown music, as he travels in one direction, east to west only, with a wonderful woman by his side. As he carries the Word of God in the form of dots, many dots that he communicates with. And gets shot, wounded, injured. And bleeds. And he's going in a direction, east to west, to a body of water called the Pacific Ocean. Where he's looking for an island to take those dots, the Word of God, and continue to spread it in that direction. Because that is the direction of the 5 communist countries in this world that are still left. All dressed in white. As he finishes his mission and goes home. Question number 20 from Ryetter, Ryetter. Frank, with Iran being in military hardware, do you think Iraq could go to war with Iran, but would the United States even support and promote this? Dear friend, that was the first hour, and it was in depth, and I hope that you enjoy the answers that I gave. God bless you. Question from Rain Dancer. Frank, once the resignation of Mahdi is ratified on the 15th, is it the 15th? Probably the 15th. Do you think that the new prime minister will be announced that same day or maybe the next day? I think that whoever's in charge wants to name the prime minister as soon as possible. Question from Rain Dancer again. Frank, do you think that the new prime minister must be announced before the new rate comes out? Or can that happen with only the cabinet in place as Mahdi signed off on new budget the day before he resigned? No, and that's why it doesn't matter, because he signed off on it. The budget is ready to go on the date that they told you. But is the rate? Yeah, it's sitting in a little box ready to be opened and applied to the budget, to the HCL. And I pray to God that this is, because that is the plan. And I pray to God that this is exactly the way it unfolds. And if not, I don't care, because I know, in my opinion, I know what I know. Question number 23. Yeah, also from Reindeer.
Rain dancer.
I said reindeer? Sorry, from Rain Dancer. Frank, not asking for a rate or a date. You want to bet? Frank, I'm not asking for a date or a rate, but the rate that Walking Stick said they picked from all the testing, will it be closer to the... No, you're not asking for a date or for a rate, huh? Frank, not asking for... but the rate that Walking Stick said they picked from all the testing, will it be closer to the 322 exit rate than the 1-to-1 rate that was announced due to the size of the new budget? You're just giving me my notes that I gave you yesterday. Question number 24. Frank, the short thing that we are trying to figure out, would I be in the ballpark, also from Rain Dancer, would I be in the ballpark of reason to think that the short would be a U.S. and allied military response to Iran making an aggressive move? Again, you're reading me my notes. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, something short with Iran. And then yesterday and today, I'm telling you that short could become shorter if Trump decides to talk. Yeah, okay. 25, question from Restored. Frank, did President of the Republic Bahrain Saleh select Mohammed Saeed al-Sudani to be the next prime minister from a list of 2 names? And the new prime minister is to be announced by 12 p.m. Monday, according to their constitution. Thank you. You've been reading up, sucker. You've been... You're right about Monday. You're right about the time. You're right that is in their constitution, because if that is the ratified 15 days later, which I think it is this Monday. Yeah, I think it is. And that's why they said they got 72 hours. There's 72 hours. So your question is, was he picked from from a list of 2 names? I don't know what list he was picked from. I don't. I know Marty picked him. But the rest that you said is correct. And the list of 2 names, and the new prime minister is to be announced by 12 p.m. noon Monday, according to their constitution. Question number 26 from Jay Black. Frank, what key questions would you be asking right now? And in your opinion, what would be the answers? Oh, jeez. My whole conference calls. Question number 27. In other words, everything I've taught you is the questions I would have asked. Therefore, I have given you the answers to the questions I would have asked. Question number 27 from Our Freedom Plan. Our Freedom Plan. Frank, Dr. Shabibi has been very quiet for a while and is now speaking again about the monetary reform. What role will he play going forward? Our Freedom Plan. No, he's not talking about the Iraqi monetary reform. You're assuming that because you saw a picture where there he was and he was standing and going like, I think, therefore I am. A little bald head. He's a tall guy. But anyways, no. He's not doing anything with the monetary reform. He was the author of it before we went in there with the Fab Four, and then they tried applying it in 2004. Wasn't very successful. It took 10 years, 2014, when we were finally ready. And Obama, oh my God, every time I think about it, God, all these years wasted. God. He pulled the troops out, and it was the reform was stalled again, or stopped again, or postponed again, whatever. So Dr. Shabibi was extremely involved. What we call the plan. What we call. How am I doing on on thumbs up?
805.
You serious? Only 800.
Yes.
Okay, I'm done. Can I grab 200 more from y'all, please, pretty please, with sugar on top? Thank you kindly. So, Dr. Shabibi was involved, our freedom plan, but and that whole monetary reform has been successful because of him. He did counsel and guide for a while, but then his health declined, and he's old. He's in his early 80s, I think, now. And he has no desire to do any other big projects, you know. So he went to Germany, and then he went to London. He's just been kicking back. I'm sure he's still involved in some way to some point, you know, as the author of the plan, but that's about it. He did his, like a good soldier, he's fading away. Whoa, there's some thumbs up. Thank you. But over here. Make them real. Question number 28 from Jim in Vegas. Throughout the year, it was said that this event would retroactive back to January the 1st, 2019. What did that infer? Or does it even matter? Well, you're probably talking about the writer. There is a written amendment in the budget that says that if a new rate is introduced to the budget, then it can retroactive back to the beginning of when that budget was put out, and all of it would be covered under the new rate. Wow, that's nice. But if it comes out with the new rate, then the writer is not even necessary. And the writer was attached by Kurdistan and whoever else to the HCL. And when we saw that, we thought, oh my goodness, they are approaching, they're doing this. It's a process. Let's see how long it takes. Because Obama franked it all up. And he loved it. I can imagine Obama in his room in privacy just cracking up. I got him again! They thought they were going to make money with the Iraqi dinar, those stupid people. We got deals with Iraq. I got to get my... He even said it'll be a lot easier for me after I'm not a president anymore. Oh, you piece of caca, you. Ballsy enough to admit it while you were president. Just like your little homie, what's his name, Biden. Oh, well, I told these officials, you know, you get rid of that guy right now. You ain't going to get no funds. Up yours, yeah. You take care of my boy. That's what it's about. I'm the vice president, shoot. Yeah, right now. You got that? Yeah. Kiss my what? Yeah. And every time that the Democrats said, well, Trump was what was it, injustice? What are they accusing him of? God, I can't even think. I am so tired. Obstruction of justice. And every time they say that video plays in my head, where where the Vice President Biden is sitting there with these two guys in the camera and an audience, and the little piece of caca is trying to show off. Trying to show off. Are you okay, Jen?
Yes.
Trying to show off. And you hypocritical Democrats can't remember that, huh? Hell, with Trump, at least the money made it to the Ukraine. Oh yeah, with your little boy, yeah, it also made it to the Ukraine. I'm sorry, that's right. But after they got rid of that judge, if that's not obstruction of yours, it's sickening what you guys are doing. So, Jim from Vegas, there's your retroactive. You know what's more? You know what I find the best retroactive, Jim, if you want to study, would be Mars. I'm an amateur astronomer. Mars retroactive grade motion is amazing, but that's because of where the height that it's at on, and it looks like it's coming back, but it doesn't. It's actually making a complete loop around in its orbit. But anyway, that's a retroactive grade. From M8RX. M8RX. You have always said you expect things to pop on a Sunday into Monday. That's my opinion. Aren't the Iraqi banks closed on Friday? So wouldn't it be better to do it on a Friday into a Saturday? No, because on a Saturday, most banks are closed. On a Sunday, Iraqi banks are open. So they would prepare everything that we would need. And then into a Sunday, into a Monday, everybody's open. What'd you guys do? Oh dear, I feel like I want to sneeze. Whew. Look at the light. That'll make me sneeze. How they doing, babe?
No, cough.
Did we get more thumbs up?
912.
Oh,
Almost.
thank you. Alrighty. From Cuddlebug. Question number 30 from Cuddlebug. Last night you said, I would be curious to see your posting on the idea that Iran leadership may be running before something small hits them. What is your definition of small? I am doing a conference call. And you have the balls to hang up on me. Guess what? Mine are bigger. I'm calling your ass back.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 77370.
Boy, was I gonna lay into it. But then again, how'd you start out this call tonight, Frank? Trying to be humble? Well, you were not about to be humble. I know. You were about to yell at one of God's creatures. I know. But I didn't. Well, that's good. What do I consider something small? Sitting at the table and talking with Iran. What do I consider something big? Annihilating them. Question number 31 from A. Kearns, Akearns. Lord, we're loaded with hundreds of newbies, Jan. Hundreds of newbies. It's got to be in the thousands by now.
Yep.
Wow. Greetings, because I ain't seen that name. And your question is, so if Iran doesn't accept peace with Donald Trump, does the 500 for something short include a, does the 500, what's that mean? So if Iran doesn't accept peace with Donald Trump, oh, you mean the 500 trucks and army? I see what you're saying. Okay. Does the 500 for something short include a MOAB? You funny. Question number 32. Also, oh no, that was yours. No, who was that?
500 tanks.
Oh yeah, okay.
500 tanks.
Yeah, that was A. Kearns. You funny. Because I'm not going to answer that question. Okay, wait a minute. In my opinion, no. 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 No, there's better things to use because of the. Question number 32 from Glenn. Last night, you stated the event. I'm so sorry. You started the event by saying you were asked not to discuss Firefly's report. That's in premium. Can you discuss it with us tonight? No, Glenn. Glenn, what we do in premium, we're going to hush hush. Okay, hush hush. In fact, everybody thinks I gave you Firefly's report because that's what I said, and I didn't, did I? I gave you something else, and this morning you're reading about it and understanding it. Oh, that's what Frank meant. Premium is fun, isn't it? I hope it is. I try to make it that way. Question number 33 from G Money. G Money. I like that. G Money. Frank, in your opinion, will we see payoffs exposed to the United States politicians by the deep state Iranian-backed regime? I think that it's up to Donald Trump if he wants to, go after these people. Are they going to go after the DOJ? Are they going to go after the FBI? Are they going to go after the people that put out the fake Pfizer reports? Are they going to go after Biden and his son? I mean, it's out in the open. Everything. This is a canker sore that everyone can see, and it's ugly. So, will we see payoffs exposed to U.S. politicians by the deep state Iranian-backed regime? Not only Iranian, but many other countries. But will it happen? I don't know. I think Trump loves his country so much he may not do it. And he's not such a little, and he's not so weak that he's going to be like Nancy P. Hey, Nancy, come on, we got to impeach him. No, I don't really want to impeach him. I don't think we have a chance, and we would ruin our political career. Nancy, impeach him. Okay, I'll impeach him. I love it. Oh, and Horizon. Trump uses his hands a lot too, doesn't he? Anyways. I don't know, and it'll be for many other countries. And will their assets be targeted by Trump's EO signed on December the 12th, 17, 2015? I don't know. And but I will tell you this: if they're found guilty, they can keep their assets because their ass will be well taken care of in prison. And do those powerful, corrupt elite families need to be neutralized? What kind of questions are these? And do those powerful, corrupt elite families need to be neutralized and their assets frozen before we see our blessing? Oh, I'm sorry, G Money. That's a different. Okay. Well, yeah, G, because that's how they started with Iranian punks that were in the GOI, and they ran. They ran. They were not about to be prosecuted by the United States or any Interpol, any international courts. They ran. Those that did stay probably stayed because the United States wanted them to stay. So yeah, these powerful, corrupt elite families need to be neutralized and their assets frozen, and I'm sure that's already done before we see our blessing. Oh no, no, cleaning the swamps has nothing to do with lifting the value of the Iraqi dinar. No, 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 no. I just don't see how they can be allowed to profit off this blessing, in my opinion. They're not going to profit off no blessing when they're found guilty. But that's just it. Will they be found guilty? Will they be even found? Will the Republicans go after the Democrats? Because what the Democrats have, hey, listen, why do I say this? Will they go after them? Come on, Frank, it's justice. They got to go. They're going to go after them. They got to, get these bad Democrats. You know why I say that? Because there's caca on both sides of the wall. The Democrats and Republicans. I told you I hate politics. You think that Trump wants to what's underneath? Oh my God! Look at I didn't know Republicans. You guys were doing that too. Question number 34. Does a CB how they doing, babe?
Good.
Yeah, they need a sobriety checkpoint. What?
Pelosi.
Oh, she does. What's that say? Why don't people watch Frank in UB2Bs? That's where thumbs count. This is UB2B. Isn't this UB2B?
Yes, last time I checked.
You scared me. Give me thumbs up. A thumbs up, please. And we only have a few questions left. Come on now. Well, wow, we're actually going to finish fairly on time. Having fun? Did you have fun tonight? Question number 34 from Snaggledoodle. Snaggledoodle. Does does a CBI currency auction announcement for a future date totally negate the possibility of a reinstatement prior to and for that date, or has that changed since the CBI sneeze? Good God Almighty, guys, just ask them. Uh, does the CBI currency auction announcement for a future date of what totally negate? Does the CBI auction announcement? Does the CBI currency auction announcement for a future date of what totally negate the possibility of a reinstatement prior to and for that date, or has the answer is no. No. What was the question? I don't know. Question number 35. I love you, Snaggledoodle. Okay, come on. Does the CBI auction, currency auction, announce for a future date totally negate the possibility of a reinstatement prior to and for that date, or has that changed since the CBI state? I'm sorry, sweetheart. I don't understand the question. Well, just the fact that you're asking me, does it totally negate the possibility of the reinstatement? I don't know of anything that's negating it. I don't know of anything that's slowing it down, stopping it. Honest engine, I don't. I'm trying to think. You could say Iran, but no. Iran is projected. No. Post number 35. From what? Remember, you need to pay for the last war before you start another war. So wouldn't you want the RI first, and then deal with Iran? Because you got the auctions under control, and that's where they were stealing the money for everybody. But they can't do that no more, so they ran. And now the government of Iraq is being changed to satisfy the citizens. And the way to satisfy the citizens is with everything that's in the budget. And the budget can't be completed at a program rate. How many times we got to go and chase this dog tail? So no. Honest Injun, no, I don't see anything. No. Question number 35 from Kiki 2004. Do you see the president of Iran being replaced like Saddam Hussein was by the people of Iran? Hey, let's go back to the days of the Shah of Iran. They got rid of him. The guy was sitting in the audience there in the little petition stands with all of his generals, and there's all the missiles going by, and next thing you know, bang, bang, gone. So, and we should have done something about that, but we didn't, because that regime that took over when they assassinated him broke our relationship with Iran, and Iran became what it is today, and it's been that regime for what, 40 years or more, living under that oppression. Iranians, how can you be so proud? I mean, how can you even have any pride for your country or your leadership? So, Kiki 2004, do I see that the president of Iran being replaced like Saddam Hussein was by the people of Iran? The people of Iran have already started the process. So have the people of Lebanon, and so have the people of Iraq, and so have the people, and so have other people. From LB Aussie, I think that's what that is. Hello, mate. In light of this interview coming out and hopefully the budget January the 2nd, do you see pics and descriptions, pictures, you mean, pictures, you mean, and descriptions before you read? In light of this interview, you mean the one that we're going to decipher on Monday? Yes, my dear friend. Yes, Monday will rock the internet. Monday, I invite every guru, please come, listen, take all the notes, take it back to your sites and teach that. Because this is from the horse's mouth, directly from the CBI representative, telling everybody that, hey, we've been given the orders to do this. I'm sorry. There's no stopping this. Ain't no stopping us. No. No stopping us. Wow, that's good. Anyway, so let's see what happens, LB from Australia. Number 37 from, Snaggledoodle again.
Shang Doodle.
What is it?
Isn't it Shang?
Oh, I say snaggle. Why do I say that?
Because it looks like Snaggle.
Okay, I'm sorry. Shang. Is it? What is Shang?
Shang, it's a dog breed, I believe.
Oh, dog food?
Dog breed.
Oh, God, you scared me. Dog breed. Snag doodle.
Shang.
Shang doodle.
Shang Doodle.
What is it, Chinese? I love those Chinese dogs that are all wrinkled. What are they called? You know,
Sharpei.
Sarte, their skin, I mean, everything. I mean, like they're just wrinkled up to, they're so cute. I like those dogs.
You hit your 1K, by the way.
I hit my 1K?
Yes.
Okay. So let's see what Shang Doodles has to say. Frank, why can't you pronounce my name right? What's the matter with you? Okay, she says, who, in your opinion, is going to be the new prime minister? I don't know. And the reason why? Because Sauter, this new guy that they got out, all the people, none of them are worth a nickel, not even a dime. And they're all Iranian influence. And as much as they're saying this guy's what is he? A Sunni, I think. I mean, we're looking for something from an independent source. So, none of these guys impress me at all. I'd rather have a woman prime minister. Oh, it went to a commercial. You punk! I got it back. Gosh darn these commercials. Oh my gosh, she's got a gun in her hand. Look at this. This is an Iraqi woman, and she's got a gun in her hand, and she's not wearing her. What is that called? There's a proper name for it. Not the beanie, but the scarf, huh?
Burqa?
Burqa. Yeah, I think that's the proper wording for it. Is she wearing one? No. Here's a better blown up picture of it. There. So I say that because this is an article that you'll read tomorrow, and look what it says right here. One of the protesting demands is that women are going to take a lot of the political offices. That'll really piss you off, Iran, won't it? Oh well. So let's see who the new prime minister is, and we'll definitely know by Monday, I'm sure. And it looks like the last question from our freedom plan. Al Sudani seems to be another Iranian puppet. You see, I don't know who it's going to be, and I don't think it'll be him. Seems to be another Iranian puppet, and they have burned his house down today. How'd you know that? Was there an article about that? There wasn't an article about that. How'd you know? Who are you? How'd you know that? They burned his house down today. Do you feel that he would be a poor choice going forward? Yeah! You burned his house down. I don't think anybody wants to vote for his ass. It's funny. Yeah. Anyways, is that all the questions, Jink?
I think so. I didn't see any more comments.
And we hit 1,000 thumbs up?
More?
More?
Yeah, we just can't see until it hits 1.1.
I'm proud of you, and I'm humbly grateful. And here's what we're going to do just for that. We're going to give you Fireflies report. Because I won't be with you until Monday. And by the way, I'll tell you as of now, next Friday, there's no team chat. And there's no UB2B. Next Friday. Oh, Frank just announced that the RI is not going to happen all this week because he said something about this coming Friday in his schedule. No, this Friday it's my birthday.
This evening?
It's my birthday.
You're going to be older than me again.
Blues. What?
You'll be older than me again
I'll be older than you again?
on Friday.
Just for 17 days we're the same age?
Yep.
So after Friday, does that mean you have to respect me again because I'm older?
I always respect you.
Come here. Oh, come on, let me say hi to the family. You want to?
No.
Oh, what do you mean no? Come on, say hi to the family. Oh, okay. She don't want to say hi to family. That was very sweet of you, Jan. Thank you. That was a very nice thing to say. I love you. May God bless you.
Bless you too.
I think. Oh, I forgot what I was doing. I got so flabbergasted or whatever. There's a guy that keeps trying to get a hold of us. Sam? Is it Sammy or Sam? Sam, you have to call me to place the order for the dinars that you want to, okay? I can't call you. It's against the law. Bless your heart. Anyways, here it is. Okay. Somebody said happy birthday to baby. That's someone. I'm only Jan's baby. What?
Me.
That was you?
Yes.
Oh, got excited for a second there. Wait a minute. Let's see if we can answer Britton Salton. Frankie, in your opinion, at this very point, can anything in your mind stop the monetary reform from coming to pass in the new year? I already answered that question. Yeah. Okay, let's get to our Fireflies report. And since I won't be with you Monday, let's take this all the way back Thursday. No, Thursday. Was I with you on Thursday? No. So you didn't get Thursday's report, did you?
Were you on YouTube yesterday?
I don't even remember.
I'll tell you. You did one on the 14th today. You did one on the 13th yesterday. yesterday. You did one on the 12th,
What was Thursday day, babe?
13th.
So
Oh, no, wait.
Thursday was
Thursday
what?
was the 12th.
And did we do a UB2B on the 12th?
You did.
We did?
Yeah, you wore whites.
I wore white on the 12th, which is
Budget.
Thursday, right?
Budget's
So
full of stuff.
so I don't need to read them all this from Thursday. It's a long one. Golly, this sucker is long. Look at here, Thursday. Just I'll read a little bit, but then we'll skip Thursday and go into Friday. Mr. Frank, today we see on television a dead body. On television, we see a dead body of a citizen, Iraqi citizen, hanging from a street signal sign in central Baghdad. There was a person that opened fire on the citizens while security forces did no action. Then we see the United Nations live on television today saying that it's the Iranian-backed militia that is responsible for all the killing in Iraq of the protesters. Three main leaders of the protesters have been found dead in the last 10 days, and the UN now is saying it was Iran loyalists. Then we learned the budget that's supposed to be the answer to our protests cannot be presented to Parliament now to be voted on because, did we do all this one already? I think we did. So let's skip Thursday. 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 Wow, Thursday. Híjole. Are you sure I didn't read? I wonder if I read all of this to y'all. Yes, they're not even paying attention. So let's just go to Friday. Thursday still. This was long. Here we go. Yesterday. Friday. Mr. Frank, on television this morning, we see where the United States of America has a sanction list against corrupt officials. Mr. Frank, it looks now to include the resigned Prime Minister Mahdi for his dealings with Iran. And we see the United States of America Secretary of Justice on news from Washington, D.C., calling for support and action to stop the killing of innocent protesters in Iraq. Also, Mr. Frank, they just told us that the election law was postponed. Shoot. And we be tired again to be passed up. And news saying the temporary budget is needed for Iraq to be able to do day-to-day operations while the 2020 budget is presented legally. And there are some that are trying to have it presented now, but the legal terms that exist prevents this. Protesters also, Mr. Frank, we're still being very peaceful, but anxious. This is an excellent report, Eddie. It is very encouraging because the more that the United States sees this type of atmosphere inside of Iraq, the faster that budget will come out. I saw when he said that. What do I call him? Cacabaloni? I saw him. He said, nothing's going to happen. Nothing. Then what the hell are you wasting your time on the internet? Go do nothing. Did I read? This is an excellent report because it's very encouraging because the more that the United States sees this type of atmosphere inside of Iraq, the faster the budget will come out. And he says, amen. That's enough. Let me skip to today because it's getting late and you guys are falling asleep on me. Oh, look at Jan. There's Sam. It was on the news showing the houses being, yeah, Eddie told me too, Sam. It was on the news showing the houses been burned down. This is Sam, by the way. You, Frank, was a good call today. Appreciate it. Sam, I don't know if you heard me, but if you want to order currency, dinars, you have to call me. I can't call you. It's illegal. Okay, buddy? So you call me, and I get 5 pieces of information from you. That's all. I want your phone number. I want your full name, your address where we're going to send the currency, your email where we're going to send you the instructions on you pay for the currency, and then how much? What is it that you want? What product you want? That's it. 5 pieces. Then I send to your email, Sam, the instructions on how you pay for that order. Okay. Alrighty. And no, we don't use credit cards. No, I refuse to allow people to use a credit card to buy our currency for whatever reasons. Okay, today, early in the morning. Good God Almighty, this is 5 something in the morning, dude. Frank, what? Saleh? I know, he's going to announce. Yo, how'd you know? Go ahead. Saleh will announce Monday the new leader. It will be a Sudani. I don't know, maybe. It will be a Sudani. This is a day before deadline. What? What happened? Sadar. You mean, I'm sorry, Sadr? Sadr? What about him? He's not going to be the PM, is he? This other guy you're talking about. What happened to Sadr? Nothing happened to Sadr, Mr. Frank. What happened was that Sadr's son survived an attempt to kill him today. Oh, oops. So when you ask me, do I think that Sadr is going to be the prime minister? No. His son was messing around in Ukraine, probably. I'm sorry. Mr. Frank, today, election law to pass on Monday. That's good. Prime Minister, election law, all that. Then you can vote. Good job. Mr. Frank, now they're saying on television that Saleh will announce the new prime minister within 72 hours, but they're not giving a name. You see, Eddie? You see that? Have we told anyone yet who it is? But Marty, everyone else is giving you their opinions, right? Oh, we'll put this guy in. This guy's really good, USA. You can trust this guy. Put this guy in. Shut up. On news today, Mr. Frank, USA spokesman says that the attack in Iraq by Iran insiders, and most recent, the rocket attack at the airport, they're saying that Iran will be dealt with in a decisive action. The answer will be decisive, he states to Iran. Yeah, it might be short and it might be big. But long before the internet or the articles even suggested, we told you, family. It's possible that Iran might get slapped really hard. That was a while ago. And as the weeks went by, you now see where we're at. And I think that's enough. Mr. Frank, angry protesters in the southern region have set fire to members of parliament homes. Yeah. Sam, that's the one that we were talking about earlier. They had a bake sale. So, I said, ask them if they need any help. And he said, and I don't, and that's where we end. So, did y'all have a good time? I hope so. I always have a good time with you. It was a very nice time that we had together to study. I think I got all the majority of your questions, and I leave you in peace. Y'all take care of each other, pray for each other, support each other. See if you can. Jack Kilgo, Mr. Frank, can you share what the CBI picked to come to the citizens and the international banks, in your opinion? Not a program rate, because that wouldn't be international. And one-to-one, I just don't see the logic of fulfilling was a 60 trillion dinar at one-to-one. I'm sorry. And when you hear what the CB guy says, translated from Arabic into English with our Delta, you're going to probably feel the same way I do. Because the dude talks about well, let Deltas tell you. I can't believe all these weeks have gone by, all these days, and nobody's translating it. It says a lot about the caliber of study of the Iraqi dinar on the internet. God bless you all. Take care. Bye-bye.